Suddenly, she pushed me back, straddled me, and started kissing me all over. She whispered, Show me how a real man treats a woman.
All right, stop. This is not real. I'm not buying this. Hey there! You getting annoyed at me yet? You getting annoyed at me yet? It's like an everyday thing. I know. I miss you too, brother. I miss you too. It's good to see you. Today, I have some more true story animations. This one is called I Got My Stepmom Pregnant. I can't really say this is true. It was re-uploaded by a different channel. You guys in the comments told me to search for this one, so I did. And here we are, going down this rabbit hole again. Let's get into this. And make sure you drop a like on the video, please. It really helps a brother out. Thanks, man. I got my stepmom pregnant.
My dad's a total jerk, and not even good looking. So how come he was able to marry Lexi, a stunning model who's been on the cover of Vogue and dated several famous football players?
Oh, because he's got money.
We live in South America, and my dad made lots of money taking back. Yeah, he was a corrupt
money maker. Oh, a corrupt politician. Is that what he was about to say? Oh, God. All right, wait. I'm not celebrating a corrupt politician. But money maker.
And my dad made lots of money taking backhanders. Yeah, he was a corrupt politician who was giving government contracts to whoever paid the biggest bribe.
Oh.
That's why we lived in an enormous mansion, even though his government salary was less than $50,000 per year.
That was a hustler.
How do I know all this? Well, my dad told me. He even tried to recruit me. He said I'd make lots of money. But I refused and told him that millions of people were living in poverty because of corrupt politicians like
them kids! It was a joke. It was a joke, guys. Please don't do anything corrupt, okay? All right. Yes, money is fantastic, but so is sleeping good at night. You know what I mean? Exactly.
It's like him. Of course, he got angry and yelled at me to be grateful for everything he'd bought.
Look at what I got you!
I didn't care, though. And the real victim was Lexi, anyway.
Oh.
After she got married to my dad, he treated her horribly. He'd make her dress in revealing maid costumes and ordered her to cook for him or clean the living room while he watched. He seemed to get a kick out of having power over her.
Dad's a freak. Whoa! Your dad's a... Hold on. Wait, in the house with you walking around, bro is just leashing her around? Hey, yo, okay, I get we all have fantasies, buddy, but what happened to keeping it in the bedroom? What happened to keeping it in the bedroom, Papi? Papi, chulo! Maid outfit, you know, is kind of a little of a role play, but if she's genuinely not enjoying it, it's just also weird, too. It's just also weird, brother.
Maybe you think Lexi deserved it. I mean, she only married Dad for his money. But she always seemed so sad. One day, I found Lexi crying. I asked what was wrong, and she told me my dad had screamed at her for hours and said he'd kick her out if she annoyed him again.
Oh.
I said I was sorry for how my dad was treating her.
And then I gave her that Pornhub style. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. It was just like, the line was there, and if I didn't say it, who was gonna say it? Like, why are her knockers so big in this, brother? We could have just had a normal animation with normal size knockers, but like, I had to. That didn't even make sense.
Suddenly, she pushed me back, straddled me, and started kissing me all over. She whispered, Show me how a real man treats a woman.
All right, stop. This is not real. I'm not buying this. All right, we are obviously like scripting a hub story right now. Really now? Really? I'm so locked in, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Button up my jacket. Let me button up my jacket. I gotta get strapped in for this one, Poppy.
I should have walked away, but I was only 18. Having a gorgeous model come on to me was the best thing that had ever happened to me.
That's crazy.
As we were making out, I heard my dad walking towards the room. Lexi laughed and told me I had lipstick all over my face.
She doesn't even care!
And jumped behind the couch to hide.
She doesn't even care!
I came in and sat next to Lexi, saying, I've got a business trip this weekend. There'll be plenty of security guards around to keep an eye on you, and they'll notify me if you try to go anywhere. I recommend you don't make another mistake.
Nah, I think she's freakier than the husband, bro. She's getting off on this. She's getting off on sneaking around his back. Oh, they're both some freaks, man. Get out of there! Get out of there right now! You don't want to live that life!
Give me a kiss. Oh, I wanted to throw up. Was my dad kissing the same woman I'd made out with 2 minutes earlier?
Yes, he's been.
Gross.
You're worried about that? His penis has been in her mouth probably last night. You worried about a kiss? Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you, buddy?
But after he left, Lexi and I started kissing again.
Oh my goodness.
It was such a rush because I knew it was wrong. And I never even held a girl's hand before. And now I was making out with a supermodel. You'd have done the same if you were me.
I'm not gonna lie, at 18, possibly. You're right. Like, any 18-year-old is gonna jump on that opportunity like a frog, right? They're gonna jump on it like a frog, huh? I understand. But, like, sir, how is this gonna work out for you? Like, what about your dad? What about your dad? He's gonna come home and then what happens? Like,
of course, if my dad found out,
yeah,
he'd kill us. But I couldn't keep my hands off Lexi. Our affair went on for months. Whenever Dad went out, Lexi and I hooked up. Even though she was older than me, we fell in love. I gave her the kindness and affection my dad wouldn't. But then, Lexi fell pregnant. There was no doubt I was the father because it happened during one of my dad's business trips. Of course, we didn't tell my dad. He thought the baby was his. But after my daughter, Haley, was born, my dad became even more of an ass. He told Lexi she was fat and threatened to give Haley away if she continued screaming, even though she was just a baby. Lexi and I thought about running away, but we didn't have the money. And my dad would have found us anyway. The only way we'd be free was if my dad died or went to jail.
All right. I get in the name of love, but let's not Romeo and Juliet this. Let's not make any rash decisions, buddy. That is still your father. No killing, maybe jailing. He is a corrupt politician, so you have a chance there. There's a possibility you can get him, like, put behind the cell that he possibly belongs at. Let's not kill our father. You're never gonna come back from that one, dog.
So, I came up with a plan. I told my dad I'd changed my mind about helping with his business deals.
He was
so happy. He said he'd never been prouder of me.
He's gonna snitch.
Over the next few weeks, I went with him on business meetings with various companies. It was shocking how open they were about bribing my dad and how much money they were going to make. They wouldn't have been so open if they'd known that I'd planted hidden microphones in Dad's office.
I was recording
every word they said. After a few months, I had enough evidence to send my dad to prison for the rest of his life.
Damn.
But I had an even better idea.
What?
I decided to blackmail him.
Blackmail.
That was the hardest conversation of my life. I'll never forget my dad's face when I told him, "She's not your child." He said, "What?" I said, "Haley, she's not yours. I got Lexi pregnant while you were away on a business trip." My dad laughed.
You could never do that. You don't have the on you, son. You don't have one like me. You could never.
But I just glared at him and said, "Haley's mine. Lexi and I are leaving today and taking her with us.
With what
we
money,
won't let
though?
our daughter grow up around a monster." That's when Dad realized I was telling the truth. He shoved me up against the wall and snarled, "You think you can sleep with my wife and I'll just let you go?"
Facts.
I pushed him back and said, "You treat your wife and my daughter like servants, and we're not putting up with it. I've got hours of recordings which prove you've been taking bribes.
I can put you behind bars,
if happen to
Pops.
me or my family, one of my friends
You're
will
locked!
sue every single journalist in this country, as well as the cops, and you'll go to prison for the rest of your life." Dad's face went red. He was so angry, he punched a hole into the wall. But he knew he couldn't touch me. An hour later, Lexi, Haley, and I left my dad's house. We took his favorite car and $50,000 and moved into a hotel.
I feel like some ultimate revenge is coming right now. I feel like your dad is about to, he's about to become the Joker. I'm feeling it. Something is tickling my pickle right now. And he's about to become the Joker. And you, unfortunately, are not Batman. And you know what happens to everybody that's not Batman around the Joker? They die, boy.
I thought we had plenty of money, but we didn't.
No, $50K ain't nothing,
Lexi was
boy.
used to living in luxury, and she hated the cheap hotel we stayed in. After just 3 months,
she blew through your money and then left you.
She told me she couldn't survive like this, and said she'd find someone else if I couldn't give her everything she wanted. But how was I supposed to do that? I didn't have a job. I was barely out of high school. So, I went back to my dad and demanded $5 million. I knew he could afford it.
Now he's on the hot seat. He's like, "Look."
"Oh, I knew you were just like me. Didn't you say you wanted to earn your money legally?" He was right. Maybe I wasn't any better than him, but I didn't care. I couldn't lose Lexi.
Forget about Lexi!
I said, "I know you have the money. Give it to me." My dad replied, "I'll give it to you tomorrow at noon. But you'll have to promise me you'll never ask for money again."
Bro, leave Lexi, bro. She's gonna suck you dry, bro. Like, she just wants somebody with money, and that's her choice, bro. That's your choice. But is that the person that you want? Is that the kind of girl you want, bro? That if you get down bad in a rut, I'll just get somebody else. I don't need you. Suddenly your penis is not even good enough anyways. Nobody wants to go through that.
Deal. I promise. Wow, it had actually worked.
No,
Dad gave me the money, and I could buy everything Lexi wanted again.
Oh, no, it's not a scam?
We moved to a better hotel, and we were happy for a while.
Bro, what?
But over the next few
months,
months,
just staying in hotels?
I began to see why Lexi had married my dad. She was incredibly shallow and only cared about money.
Yep.
Although she was still the hottest woman I knew, we had nothing in common, and she refused to act like a proper mom. One day, we had a big fight. I told her she was dressing like a tramp, and I didn't want her going out with Haley looking like that.
Oh.
She got really offended and said, "Do you think it's fun staying in all the time with a little boy like you?"
Damn!
That night, I slept on the couch.
See, that's just, she pretty much just called you small. Just like I said was gonna happen. That's pretty much what she means. You think it's fun staying in all the time with a small piece like yours? Well, didn't I tell you, bro? Like, it's like I be trying over and over again, bro, but you're just not listening to me. It's almost like you're through a screen and you're a cartoon or something.
And when I woke up, the safe where we kept our money was gone, and so was Lexi.
Oh, no.
I was left with Haley, but no money to take care of her.
Oh, no.
I had no choice but to go back to my dad to get more money. But when I went to see him, he said, "You promised not to ask for more money." I said, "I don't care. Lexi stole everything from me. Just give me $1 million. That'll be enough for me. This really is the last time I'll ask you for anything." He warned, "This will have consequences." I didn't know what he meant, and I didn't care. He gave me the money.
So Lexi's just gonna leave her daughter like that? Like you just gonna take the money and dip? Like you're that shallow? Forget my daughter. Forget all of this, bro. I just wanna go blow this on new Gucci bags and empty. Bitch.
And I drove back to the hotel Haley and I lived in. But a few days later, when I went to Haley's kindergarten to pick her up, they told me her mom and grandfather had picked her up already.
Oh my God.
My blood ran cold. A few minutes later, my cell beeped with a text from my dad. It read, "Come to my house. We need to talk." I didn't want to go, but I had to make sure Haley was safe.
Didn't I tell you he was gonna joker it? Didn't I tell you he was about to do some joker shit? Your dad, yo, you think your dad has been out here scamming people left? Your dad's been out here scamming people left and right for years, bro. You think your little boy self was gonna do something? You think he's never been blackmailed before? You think he knew you wouldn't slip up, make a mistake, fall on your head? He's been waiting for this moment, sir.
When I arrived, Dad was holding my daughter in his lap. She was sleeping and well. He said, "So, my son, the tables have turned.
Yup.
I won't play your games anymore.
Where's the other one?
Your daughter and Lexi will live far away from you.
Oh,
they'll be safe
man.
as long as you don't publish any of the recordings."
Oh, man.
I pleaded, "Don't take my daughter. I want to live with her. I'll give
She
you back
doesn't
the
even want to
$1
live
million
with
if you'll
you.
just let me be with her." But my dad said, "You're lucky she's still alive. And since I'm feeling generous, I'll let you see your daughter once a year."
Wow.
I looked at my sleeping
Once
child.
a year is crazy.
She was so beautiful. I wanted to hold her tight and never let go, but I knew I had no choice.
Yeah.
So I went back to my hotel. I realized I had $1 million and almost every freedom in the world. Life wasn't too bad, even though I missed Haley like crazy. That's why, over the next few months, I apologized over and over to my dad, hoping he'd change his mind. But he wouldn't.
Wait, but like, what about Lexi? Are we sure giving Haley to Lexi is a good idea? Because she ran away the first time. Or maybe Lexi was helping the dad the whole time. She took the money, ran back to him and said, "Your son's penis is small. I don't want that anymore." Yo, the plot twists are insane.
Since I didn't see Haley very often, she barely knew who I was when I visited her once a year.
Oh, that's sad.
I took lots of photos of her while we were together, but she always looked sad and never called me dad.
Sad.
Seeing her like that broke my heart. She deserved better. I was desperate to do something, but since I couldn't use the recordings I had, I didn't know what. The more I thought about it, the only solution I could think of was if my dad died.
Dude!
Now, I'm not saying I planned his death. He was always surrounded by bodyguards, guys who'd been in the army. I wouldn't stand a chance against them.
For real.
But one day, My dad was assassinated. Of course, it had nothing to do with me.
Stop lying!
It solved all my problems. I got my daughter back and inherited all my dad's money. The only one who was left with nothing was Lexi.
Yes, at least that's good.
She came to see me and begged me to give her some money.
Nope.
I asked her, why should I give money to someone who stole from me?
Yeah, get out of here, you thought!
She replied, because your dad took all my money away from me, and I'm the mother of your child.
Boo-hoo!
Wow.
Boo-hoo!
In the end, we agreed I'd pay her a small allowance as long as Haley lived with me. I hate giving money to a selfish woman like her, but at least I have my daughter back. And that's all that matters to me.
That was like a semi-happy ending because forget Lexi, bro. F Lexi in the chat right now, bro. You left your daughter and now you want to come back and ask for money? No, sir. Frick out of here, bro. All right. The next story we have is called I Got Triplets at 14. Also by this channel called Story Re-Uploads. If you guys know the original channel for this, please let me know, okay? Because this person is just obviously re-uploading this. But I Got Triplets at 14 is crazy. This is going to be, I don't even know. Okay, let's just get into this.
Hey, I'm Sarah, and I grew up in a dirty trailer park with an evil mom who threw me out of her home just because I was a teen mom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It all started when I was 14. I got into a relationship with an extremely manipulative boy.
Oh, man.
He convinced me that if I got pregnant, he would stop cheating on me and my mom would finally sober up.
What?
I knew it was stupid to believe him. And when I showed him my positive pregnancy test, he started laughing so hard he almost fell off of his chair.
What kind of prank is that? What kind of prank is that, bro? What the heck? Who does that? You are a villain. You are a villain. I'm worried he's gonna become a school shooter. If this is not the kind of prank that we laugh at, sir, what the heck is that? Bro's crazy.
I immediately realized that he had only been messing with me, and getting me pregnant was nothing but a big joke to him. Afterward, he told everyone in our school that he had pranked me into getting pregnant.
What? Like,
and if that wasn't bad enough,
how did they even think that's funny?
My best friend wrote a post on Facebook saying she was embarrassed to be friends with a
damn.
I cried for days because I'd absolutely no one to support me. When I told my mom, she didn't care at first. She said it was none of her business.
Mom.
But when my belly got bigger,
I started
there to get a lot of attention from our neighbors and family members.
Oh, she didn't like that.
They were all very friendly and wanted to help me, but my mom hated that. She accused me of being pregnant to get attention.
All right, Mom.
I told her that was ridiculous.
Come on.
But she was so mad, she said she would no longer support me financially and I would need to get a job.
Mom!
Well,
I'm 14!
I found a job at a kiosk.
Oh, okay.
It was easy work, but being pregnant was so tiring that I fell asleep at the counter. And of course, someone decided to rob the store and he stole 20 expensive bottles. When the owner of the kiosk found out what happened...
That's just unfortunate, bro. And I'm sorry, if the clerk can sleep in it and what you're gonna rob is 20 bottles of vodka, bro, you're lame. Like, you're so lame. Like, how lame can you be there? You got a whole store of stuff to rob, bro. You wanna steal 20 bottles of vodka, bro? Like, come on. All right.
So tiring that I found out what happened, he immediately fired me and refused to pay me my salary for the past 3 weeks of work.
Damn.
I was so freaking mad. I even told my mom about what happened.
What did she say?
And to my surprise, she got angry too. That's why we went back to the kiosk at night and threw stones into the windows.
Okay,
I know
that's...
this sounds crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It felt so good to destroy something, and for a moment, me and my mom forgot about our silly feud.
Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. I don't mean to say this, because it's terrible that that boy pranked you, bro. But if he was with you, man, it would have been scary for him, because you're crazy. You're a crazy ex-girlfriend. That's what you are. He's wild, but you're wild, too. I see now. I see.
But a few days later, in my 5th month of being pregnant, I was feeling so weak and exhausted that I couldn't leave my bed anymore. I asked my mom to bring me to the hospital, but she said I should stop making such a drama.
All right,
and then she
Mom.
went back to watching Judge Judy. Meanwhile,
that was the show, though.
Because I lacked the strength to leave my bed and go to the bathroom.
Ooh.
My last option was to call an ambulance, and that's what I did. But before they arrived, I already blacked out.
Oh,
and
you're
the next
really
thing
sick
I
for
remember
real.
was waking up inside a hospital with a nurse right next to me. She told me that the doctors had done an ultrasound and found out that I was having triplets inside my belly. She said, having triplets is very rare.
I totally forgot the video was called I Got Triplets at 14. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I was like, what? What? Oh my gosh. Hey man. Say man, you're a strong girl. You hold on there, partner. You hold on there. You're a strong girl. Keep pushing.
It only happens in about 1 in 8,000 pregnancies.
Wow.
But it's even rarer for a teenager like you.
Can her body handle that?
Like this was good news for me. But I didn't want to have triplets. I was only
1 is hard enough, bro. Yeah.
How should I raise 3 babies without a job and a mom who hated both me and my babies?
Facts.
Well, the next day, a reporter came into my room and asked me if she could run a story about me.
Well, you might get famous.
I naively agreed because it sounded like a fun thing to do.
You might pull up on
but
TikTok.
Then they put me on the front page of our local newspaper and wrote,
14-year-old girl pregnant with triplets.
Pregnant with triplets, with a big photo of me laying inside the hospital holding my 3 daughters. I looked terrible on the photo, and the article argued that society should put more effort into preventing teen pregnancies. Wow, this was so humiliating.
Yeah, that is kind of...
And to make things worse, my mom stormed into my hospital room, holding the newspaper and screamed,
"You're trying to get attention!"
Stop trying so hard to get attention.
Nothing right, Mom. Nothing right, bro. It's like, bro, I got triplets right now. You should be helping me, bro. I'm struggling. Like, why are you worried about the attention I'm getting? Like, dog, go build you a YouTube or TikTok, bro. Like,
you're an embarrassment to our whole family.
Oh.
Don't ever come back to my trailer.
Oh.
Wow, my mom just kicked me out of her home. And she didn't even take a look at her 3 granddaughters.
Oh, God.
This meant that as soon as I left the hospital, I'd be homeless. I thought my only way to survive this nightmare was to give my 3 daughters up for adoption.
Oh, no.
But then my Aunt Monica came by at the hospital to see her 3 nieces. She was a successful lawyer and the smartest person I knew.
Nice!
After telling her about my problems, she said she and her wife had been thinking about adopting a kid for many years.
Okay.
And then she asked me if I wanted to move in with her for some time.
Oh.
I loved the idea and immediately said yes. But I should have known it wouldn't work out.
Why not?
We constantly argued about how to raise my 3 daughters.
True.
They said I wasn't strict enough with my parenting. And I guess they were right. Because even though they were less than a year old, I sometimes left them alone at home.
Oh,
so
you're
I could
wilding.
go shopping or
You're
even
wilding.
outside.
Oh, well, hell no. Go ahead and give them up for adoption. Just go ahead and give them up. You're bugging. I get it. You're 14. You don't know. You're not there yet. Yada, yada, yada. Just go ahead and give them up. You can see them later on in life, you know, but like that's like, please don't make them be raised in a terrible environment because you didn't know how to do the job you have to do. Right? Like, let someone who can do it right do it. It's okay. It's okay. No.
I thought my daughters were safe.
Let your aunts have them
themselves. But my aunt said I was a terrible mother, and she ended up pressuring me into signing the papers to let her and her wife adopt my 3 daughters.
Sign it, bro.
I had tears in my eyes when I saw my signature, but I knew I did it for my daughters.
Good.
And today, I have no regrets.
You shouldn't.
Because not only are they better parents than me, but they also allowed me to live with them. And
Nice.
that completely changed my life for the better. They forced me to go back to high school. And they
Nice.
checked every day whether I did my homework or not.
Nice.
After I graduated from high school, they signed me up for college.
Nice.
It's fair to say that they are the parents I never had. They gave me guidance and tough love. My daughters are 6 years old now, and of course they don't call me mom because I'm more like a big sister to them. My own mom recently passed away due to her substance problems. And I gotta tell you, even though I don't miss her much, I still visit her grave once a month. She wasn't the most competent mother, but I do know that she loved me and that she did the best she could. I will always remember and respect her for that. Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Wow. Hey, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good ending, man. I thought that ended solid, right? I'm not sure if that's a true story or not, but it still made me smile in the end. And I hope it made you smile too. And if it did, go ahead and drop a like on the video, okay? Did you drop a like yet? I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one.